We are at Hardesty's, and man, it's the middle of summer, Dax, but you're going and blowing.
We're going, man. It's been this place is packed today. We started back on Monday. We got volleyball started. We got cross country. We got softball going. Football's obviously been going all summer, and summer pride with Coach Dub. And yeah, I'm counting down the days till school starts, because once school starts, as weird as it sounds, it's a lot easier on us because it's a routine. In the summer, right, we're just going, trying to organize everything, and we're here and we're there. But yeah.
Well, you mentioned something I want you to touch on, and that's Coach Dub and the summer program. The way in which he has been able to bring all the teams together, it's like one over there. We don't have individual groups.
It's unbelievable. We start with football at 6:30, and then wrestling comes in, and then, our girls' sports come in. And we've had over 300 kids a day there. I think we had 96 girls there yesterday or something like that. And, of course, Julie Jessup feeds them. But what he's done there has just been
That's amazing. The Shawnee Public Schools.
Yeah, food nutrition program. Yes, yeah. She's our coordinator. And shout out to Julie. Thank you so much for what you do. But he's created a brand and a culture out there. Like you said, kids are starting to interact, and it's just been great. And my own kids are involved, and Tal hasn't missed a day this summer, and Kaden only missed 1 week where she went to Falls Creek. But yeah, just the atmosphere out there, and you can see the strength in the guys and the girls. And shout out to Coach Dub and what he's done. It's been awesome.
It's been a lot of fun to watch, creating community, and that's what we want to do today with this show. We've got a couple of new people that we're going to introduce you to. In fact, Dax is going to introduce you to them because, Shawnee, we believe it. Start conversations, talk to people. Together, all of us, we build community one season at a time. We'll be back at Hardesty's, where the people are great, where the food is great,
and the people are even better.
Our beef is exclusively available at the Monk's Marketplace. Taste the difference that care and quality make, and visit our serene landscape to pick up your perfect cut.
Cooper Technology Center has trade classes for all ages. These programs are not just for our high school students, they are for all ages, and you have the opportunity to get further educated within our community and pick up a trade skill today at Gordon Cooper Technology Center.
A lot of people don't know we started Eric's Pharmacy in 1995. So we've been going strong for over 29 years. We had a chance to spruce things up, put in new flooring, new shelving, and it really, really came together beautifully. We invite everyone to come by and take a look.
All right, we're back at Hardesty's Grocery, where the food is good.
Food is great. People are even better.
People are even better. Speaking of great people, we got our new head basketball coach, Chad Johnson, with us. Chad, welcome to Hardesty's Grocery, man.
It, man. I'm excited to be here, and it's been a joy to get to know a lot of the people here in Shawnee, and I'm looking forward to meeting more people.
Yeah. What'd you have for lunch, Coach?
I had the turkey sandwich, just a simple turkey sandwich, something light. Yeah. But I'm looking forward. I've got a list of things on the menu, so I'll probably be here more than they probably want me here to check out everything they've got. But I can't express how grateful I am just to be here in Shawnee. It's been a smooth transition thus far, and everybody's been really welcoming, so I'm excited about it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, tell the people a little bit about, obviously you're our new head basketball coach, but kind of tell us about where you came from, a little bit about your past.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Edmond, Oklahoma, born and raised there. I grew up about 45 minutes here from Shawnee. Went to school in Nashville, Tennessee, had a cup of coffee in Dallas, and was fortunate to come back home here in Oklahoma City. And so for the last 6 years, I've been very fortunate not having to move. I was at UCO for 2 years, had a great opportunity to work for Bob Hoffman, who had a stint here at OBU, so he's familiar with Shawnee.
Love Bob Hoffman.
Told me a lot about the people here, and I'm just grateful for that opportunity. And then most recently, I was at Oklahoma Christian, where I was for the last 4 years as an assistant basketball coach there for the men's program. Great opportunity for me working alongside Kendra Talley, a guy that's a really close friend of mine now, and OC in general is a place that's really special to me. Both my parents graduated from there. My dad played basketball there. My brother played basketball there. So it meant a lot to me just to be able to coach there. And from there, obviously, I got this opportunity, and it's been a blessing. I can't speak to what the future holds as far as wins and losses. I would love to say that there's going to be a lot of those coming, but more importantly for me, I'm excited about the opportunity just to invest in the young people here, get to know people, and be in this community. And so it's a really great opportunity for me to get this first head coaching experience here in a place like Shawnee, where I believe that there's a lot that we can really do here in the next few years or so.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've had a small sample size of your club because, the summer got some restrictions on what you can do, but you did go to team camp. And just tell the people kind of what you saw this summer from your guys and just kind of what excites you about the future of Shawnee basketball.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the summertime is a little more laid back. You don't really have as many opportunities to work on certain things. And so for me, it was great to just get out there with the guys and build those relationships early on. I think that was the biggest thing for me, just to get to know the guys, let them see who I was, and get to know them personally. But on the court, we had some success. We were able to go over to Tecumseh, play a few games over there, went to UCO, played a few games there, had some success. We're able to really compete against some high-level programs, and that was the biggest thing that I wanted to see overall, was just competing. Winning and losing in the summertime doesn't really make a whole lot of a difference to me. Obviously, I would never say that I was going into games wanting to lose. Right. It was good that we won some games, but more importantly, I wanted guys to really get an opportunity to get out there, some guys that may have not had the opportunity to play, some guys in some bigger roles. And so I thought overall we had a really good summer, especially with the time frame that we had and the limited access we had to practicing and really getting some organizational things done. So overall, I was pleased. I was excited, and it really just got me more hungry for the season in a few months.
Yeah, and kind of with the transition, and you got hired in I think it was the May board meeting, I believe, if that's right. All my days run together, Coach. It's like Groundhog Day for me. But with the transition, and we, Coach Eric Litherland and I did a little show a month ago, just kind of reflecting on his time at Shawnee. And again, we graduated high school around the same time and know the family. But when you take over a program, you can see a lot about, kind of what left to you. And why don't you just speak on you and Eric's relationships? I know you guys got a good relationship. He's been very helpful, and that's always easier than somebody not being able to communicate with you.
1,000%. I'm grateful for Coach Litherland, honestly, just because he was more than willing to extend a hand, reach out, kind of fill in some gaps that I had questions about, and he probably didn't realize that I was going to call him as much as I have in the last 3 or 4 weeks. But he was more than helpful as far as kind of giving me the lay of the land, telling me, certain things that maybe you wouldn't expect to understand taking on a new opportunity. And that's not lost on me. When you take over a new program, you're not only integrating yourself with the new community, but you're also inheriting players who might have been comfortable with certain things or used to certain things. And I can definitely say that the foundation that Coach Litherland has set is great. It's something that you can build off of, and I feel like it's my opportunity to kind of take the baton and run with it, and ultimately try to push this thing a little bit further and leave it better than when I found it.
Yeah, no, that's great. Kind of going back to your present with being in Nashville, and you said a little bit with the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
I mean, tell the people a little bit about your internship and your time with the Dallas Mavericks, because that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
you said you got to be around those
blessing,
guys.
Man. I think, looking back on it now, I really appreciate it more because when you're in it, you're just so focused on the day-to-day and the opportunity to work. But I was a player development intern for the Dallas Mavericks during the 2018-2019 season. So for you NBA fans, I was there for Luka Doncic's rookie year. Dirk
That's pretty
Nowitzki's
cool.
last year. And,
that's awesome.
I would never take any credit for what those guys have done, but it was really cool to just be able to see them work and be around them every single day, being hands-on, working with the coaching staff. I tell people all the time, it was kind of like getting a master's degree in basketball. Because you're learning so much, and it's obviously a high level of basketball. So you're really, really getting to understand every part of basketball, from the coaching side of things to the player development side of things to the front office side of things. And I was just fortunate enough to kind of be a fly on the wall for that year. And I still keep in contact with some of the coaches to this day. It was actually pretty cool to watch the NBA Finals, even though the Thunder ended up winning it. I was not rooting for the Pacers, but it was cool to see Coach Carlisle, who was head coach for the Dallas Mavericks, and a couple of the assistant coaches on his staff, just because I had a kind of a personal relationship with them, and I was grateful for that opportunity. I really felt like it kind of helped me propel my coaching career. It gave me a little more credibility, and obviously I learned a lot when I was there, so I'm really grateful for that opportunity.
Yeah, you're in a unique position, kind of like myself, coming from the college level
Yeah.
to the high school level. And, when we started our search, obviously your name had popped up with some very important people, Bob Hoffman being one of them.
I'm grateful, man.
But, like myself, 3 years into this in public education, it's a little bit new. And what kind of experience with your college days can you kind of relate to the players, and how will that kind of transcend into your program?
Yeah, I mean, I think regardless of talent, I would imagine that every young person who plays sports has aspirations to play as long as they can, and play at the next level if they have that opportunity. So being able to see what that looks like and really have a perspective on this is what it looks like if this is what you're trying to do, here's what it takes. And so that part of my coaching experience is something I want to bring to Shawnee, and specifically the preparation.
Yeah, seeing things through a different lens a little bit.
The reality is not every kid's going to have the opportunity or may not even want the opportunity to play college basketball.
Yeah,
but anybody that has aspirations to better their life, there are certain things that I feel like being in college, being in that environment, I want to try to help these young people understand because it is a lot. It's a change. It's obviously a big step in somebody's life going from high school to college, whether they go 10 hours away from home like me or they go down the road. You're experiencing new opportunities. And so having that opportunity to be around young people and help impact them is something that I really, really have thought a lot about in terms of I'm more in a position to help kids get ready for that opportunity. And I want to be able to say, hey, like, here's what it looks like. Here's what you need to know. Here's how I can help you. And so, from a basketball side of things, I think that the one thing that I would love to try to impart on Shawnee basketball is a high level of competition. I think that naturally, just being in college, that's going to be evident. That's the only way I know. It's kind of what I've been used to. And I told the guys day one, like, this is going to be run very similar to how a college program is run. Because that's all I know.
Right.
And so I'm saying that not to say that I'm more experienced or a better coach than any high school coach. We have some phenomenal high school coaches here in Oklahoma. But I feel like my experience in college will help serve me well just because there are a lot of moving parts at the college level that I feel like has helped prepare me for this opportunity here in high school.
Yeah, speaking of great high school coaches, Lenny Hatchett was another big component of
Coach
you.
Hatchett is a legend.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Hatchett, and what a great job he did at Del City and now transition on to the OSSA. So, Coach, last question, and I'll just ask you a little bit. Tell the people a little bit about your family, your personal life. I know that's really important to you, your faith, things like that.
Absolutely.
So just tell the people a little bit about yourself personally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty laid-back guy. I mean, I'm a pretty down-to-earth guy. I would love to say that I'm a pretty simple person. I don't need much. I'm a basketball guy first, but more importantly, I'm a family guy. And like you said, faith is really important to me. I wouldn't be where I am right now without those two things. And they've helped me stay grounded. I think the further that I've gone in my coaching career, the longer I've done this, those things have become more evident to me because when you peel back all the layers and you take everything away, that's really all you have. And while I want to be known for being a great basketball coach, and Lord willing, I'm able to say I've won a lot of games. The most important thing that I want to be known for is somebody who made a difference, somebody who was able to help change people's lives for the better. And I would not be that person. I wouldn't have those ideals if it weren't for my family. Those values. If it weren't for a lot of people who have invested in me and my family, my girlfriend who's been supportive of me in this transition. They've been really impactful for me just because there's been some long days, there's been some hard days, some days where I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore, and they've helped me continue to press on, and so I'm grateful for them as well. So you got your girlfriend in Texas right now. We're trying to get her up here to Oklahoma. We're working. We spent a lot of time together over the last month or so. She was up here, and I told her that this is a great opportunity for me, and she's in the education field as well, so there may be an opportunity for her to transition. But more importantly, I think she just sees how much this means to me, and she was probably more excited than I was, to be honest with you. Like, I'm a pretty, like I said, laid back guy, and I felt like this was a good opportunity for me. And once it became official, I was excited. But as any coach, pretty naturally, I was thinking about the next thing. I was like, okay, well, this is what we got to get done. And she kind of had to sit me down and say, man, you got to be appreciative and just be grateful. And I don't get too much into public acknowledgement or
right.
you know, people coming up to me. I want to be known as just a normal guy, and obviously I know that being a head coach at any level or leader in any capacity comes with a lot of responsibility, and that's going to come with it. But I truly, I just want to be a guy that people can say, hey man, I can go up to him and approach him and grab a cup of coffee or go to lunch with him, and let that kind of be what it is. But no, to that point, I'm thankful just because when you get into coaching, and you know this being a former coach, and for anybody who knows anything about athletics, there's a lot of days where you're away from your family.
Sure.
There's a lot of days where you're investing time, energy, money into other people.
Other people, right, yeah.
People that don't even belong to you or aren't even related to you. And so it takes a special person to understand that, like, there's going to be some days where I might not be around or I'm going to be limited in my time. But I say that to say that I wouldn't be where I'm at now without the support of those, like I said, who have impacted me, who've helped me, encouraged me, and really have helped me get to this point.
Yeah, well, I can just tell you from Shawnee Public Schools and the athletic department, we're really excited to have you leading our basketball program.
It's a great feeling to be here in this community. Everybody's been very welcoming. Obviously, you've been very instrumental in building Shawnee athletics up to what it is now, and I can only imagine what it's going to look like for years to come.
Yeah, well, you're going to be a big part of that, and so we're glad to have you, Coach.
I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you. You have to come back to Hardesty's.
I told them I'm going to be here, man. They got some jambalaya when it gets a little colder.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm a big sandwich guy, so this being right around the corner from the school is hard to beat.
It's the best place in town. Scott and Grady and all the guys are awesome. So we'll be back here with our new head principal, Bobby Cook, here at Hardesty's, where the food is great.
The people are even better.
Hello, everybody. I'm in front of the Pottawatomie County Courthouse in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and I walked in, and right to the left, the court clerk's office just moved downstairs to the left right when you enter, and I walked in and I said, hey, I'm here to get a passport. What do I need to get a passport? And she said, these are the 4 steps you have to follow, and she told me to go to travel.state.gov or maybe statetravel.gov, but I promise if you type those in, you will get all of the information you need as well. But she gave me all of the resources I need to go and get my passport, get everything I need. The process was so easy breezy. Once I had everything filled out, I went back in and it took me about 20 minutes total to get everything figured out with the lovely ladies in the court clerk's office. So I just wanted to shout out Pottawatomie County and the court clerk's office today. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. And I do want to make a note, if you are getting a passport, just know you're able to walk in from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. or 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. and turn in all of the documents you need. So any day, Monday through Friday, between 9 a.m. 11 a.m. or 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., you are able to get your passport pretty easy breezy. And I say get your passport, but of course we know file your paperwork, and then it takes about 4 to 6 weeks. But I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of the hard work that is done here at the court clerk's office. Goodbye, everybody.
Castor Key Auto Mart, online or in person. Castor Key Auto Mart. They're good people to deal with.
All right, we're back at Hardesty's Grocery, where the food is great and the people are even better. And speaking of big-time great people, I'm so excited to introduce our new head principal, Mr. Bobby Cook. Coach, welcome to Hardesty's Grocery.
Happy to be here. Second time I've been here in about the last week, so it's a great spot. I can't wait to try out the chicken and dumplings.
Oh man,
that's what I'm hearing.
That Thursday's the big time day with the chicken and dumplings. Yeah. Coach, you've only been in town a couple of weeks, and like you said, you've already hit this place up a few times, right around from your office.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Great place. Well, Coach, I call you Coach. I'll give you a little background on Bobby. So Bobby was a former Division I wrestler at Syracuse University, and obviously got into the coaching world, got into the admin world as an athletic director, and into the principal world. So he's kind of wears a lot of hats. He checks a lot of boxes. I first met him, about 3 years ago at Duncan when you were the AD down there.
That's right.
Coach McCune sent me down there for the regional, and he's like, find Bobby, he'll help you out. And so we kind of go back a few years, but so going through that transition of being a coach to an AD, now to a principal, I mean, obviously they all kind of intertwine, but what excites you the most about leading Shawnee High School?
Well, number one, just the opportunity and the location. It's a great location.
Yep.
And, I was talking to one of your former coaches. It's probably just a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I told him, I said, man, if there's never opportunity to move to Shawnee, that would be something I'd be interested in doing. And so happenstance that, just 2 years later, the opportunity presented itself. And so me and my family made the jump. I'm bringing 3 daughters with me. And of course, Miss Cook is coming with me.
Sure.
And so, a little bit tough. I've got a senior, a junior, and I'm going to be a freshman.
Okay.
And so that transition was the timing probably could have been a little bit better. But again, the opportunity to come to Shawnee and be a part of the community and try to drive the school district in the direction that Dr. James and the community wants it to go, and to be able to assist in doing that in any way possible it's a great opportunity for us.
Yeah, and you talked about your 3 daughters, and I'm a dad first too, so I like to brag on my own kids, and sometimes it's tough in our positions because you look over everyone else's kids. But talk about your 3 daughters and their kind of their interests and their ages, and obviously we'll talk about Mrs. Cook as well.
Sure. So my oldest daughter, her name's Olivia. Like I said, she's going to be a senior.
Okay.
She just turned 18, and so going on 30 if you're around her.
Yeah.
And so she's very active in her church and has a background in tennis. I'm working on trying to get her involved here with
I
that.
like that.
And
I like
so,
that. Coach Jordan, we're working on it. We're working on it, Coach Jordan.
And so she's a good student. She'll be mostly concurrent as a senior, and so she's already kind of decided what it is she wants to do. She wants to be an ultrasound tech. She's found a school, a little 2-year school that she wants to go to get started, and she'll probably be making more money than you and I in about 5 years.
That ain't saying too much, Coach. But
Yeah. So my junior, her name is Audrey, and she's a swimmer.
Awesome.
And so with Coach Price coming from Duncan, and that's where my girls went, and so that's going to be a smooth transition for her.
Sure.
And so she was a state alternate the last 2 years. So hopefully she'll be able to help our girls program. I know our girls swim program is excellent.
Yes.
Has good tradition, and so she's excited to be a part of that program as well. When my youngest one, her name is Addison, and she's a cheerleader, and she started playing tennis last year at Lawton Mac, which is where I work.
Okay, all right.
And so those are her 2 interests.
Those are her interests, yeah. And so then kind of going on Tara, going on the boss, the real boss. I got one at home too, Amber. Hey, shout out Amber. She keeps me in line. But I've met Tara, obviously, and obviously she checks all the boxes, and just what a great leader, and obviously you guys, your family and what you get to do together. But just talk about her a little bit as a professional.
Yeah, she's maybe the most educated, as far as on paper, one of the most educated people probably in the area.
Yeah.
And so she's got 2-3 master's degrees, and she's been in several different roles. Over the past 10 years. At one point, she was running the preschool Mother's Day Out program at our local church, and then the superintendent at Duncan at the time, or assistant superintendent, called her and said, "Hey, why don't you come back to teaching?" and persuaded her to do that. And she went from teaching back to counseling, and then she was the lead district counselor and the concurrent. She oversaw the concurrent program at Duncan, and those numbers just exploded.
Sure.
And so she, like I said, she's got a vast array of background and experiences in the field of education, and so she's a great weapon for us to have at our disposal.
Absolutely, yeah. I've only got to spend a little bit of time with her, but it doesn't take you long to understand kind of what she brings and really what your family brings. And you talked about your daughters coming here, and I got a son that's a sophomore, and my daughter 8th grade going into 9th grade, so I got kids in the district as well, and I just think it's really important. You guys are picking your family up and moving to Shawnee. You're going to live in the town we work in. That kind of stuff just means a lot to people around here, and rightfully so. I'm a Shawnee graduate, and I'm extremely proud of what we've accomplished here in 3 years as an athletic program. And but the athletic program only does so much. It all starts in the classroom. It all starts with the educational part, and us combining forces and working together and giving these kids an opportunity to be successful is something that really excites me. But just what is your vision in the next 3 to 5 years to see Shawnee Public Schools and Shawnee High School? Where do you see us? Because I know where we're trying to go as an athletic department. Where do you see us in 3 to 5 years as a school?
Well, and I think I'm going to steal some words from Dr. James.
Okay.
He said this yesterday.
He's pretty smart.
And I think it hits the nail on the head. And the 3 E's for our graduating seniors, they're either employed, enlisted, or enrolled.
Yeah.
Meaning, they're either going to go to college, they already know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's kind of the vision over time.
Yep.
We want to get there, and
Yep.
I mean, the sooner the better.
Yep.
And so that's kind of the focus, and providing our students opportunities to learn what is out there. We certainly would like to grow our Career Pathways program with partnerships in the community, and just to expose our kids to what life is going to be like post high school, and it goes fast. I mean,
Sure.
those 4 years go fast
Yep.
for these kids, and so I would hate for any of our students that are graduating to really not know what it is that they want to do. And in doing so, a lot of times a student might have an idea that they want to be, let's say, a dentist, and they get an internship program at one of, locally here.
Yep.
And then they figure out they don't like putting their fingers in people's mouths.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
Yeah, right, yeah. Right,
and then decide, what, this isn't for me. So at least they will have learned that,
Sure.
so they alter their kind of career pathway, and so, but yeah, that's and developing, being holistic with our students.
Sure.
Teaching them to be, good citizens.
Great people, right, yeah.
in general, and how to treat people,
Yeah.
and things of that nature. And so that's kind of the goal and the vision for our kids, and to create a family atmosphere for our faculty and staff,
Yep.
and for our students to see that, and for us to be able to model that so they learn what that atmosphere looks like, because unfortunately not all of our students are afforded that whenever they
Sure.
go home.
Right, absolutely, yeah. And I'm probably in this community as much as anybody in the district on a daily basis, and really plant my roots as a Shawnee guy in the community, trying to do great things for our kids. And but a lot of it I tie back to my coaching days. Coaching college baseball for 20 years, and basically taking an 18-year-old freshman, and by the time they graduate, seeing your mold and how they turn out. And obviously we have over 900 students at the high school, and there's a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of people around to try to do great things. And I'm really excited to see your leadership, and a lot of it too with your wrestling background, your coaching background. Again, we kind of grew up as coaches in that, so
Yeah.
we don't know a whole lot more than what our experiences are. But how do you tie your coaching style into your leadership style with your teachers and motivation, things like that?
So I think for me, I'm kind of a lead by example type of person.
Yep.
And so, I think that reflects to our students in particular, and our adults as well.
Yep.
I wouldn't ask them to do anything that I wouldn't do myself first and foremost. And I think just bringing a positive attitude and be forward thinking, and don't look in the rearview mirror with things, taking that approach, always looking for ways to improve. That was my approach as a coach. That was my approach as an athletic director. That's my approach as a principal, and those things won't change. And being open-minded and being a good teammate. I mean, working well with my faculty and my staff as well. I mean, there's not one person that I'm not more important than a single person in that building, regardless of who that may be, whether it's the cooks or the custodians or the teachers or the assistant principals. We're all the same, and we're all on the same team, and that's how they will be treated, and hopefully that becomes contagious.
Yeah, you'll see that leadership. Yeah, couple more questions for me, but let's transition back to your family, and picking up from Lawton, Duncan area, and moving here to Shawnee. And I know moving's a pain, Coach. I did it a couple of years ago, so I know you're in the midst of it right now. But I mean, that just says so much about our district and about our leadership, and really starts with Dr. James and our board members and people like that. And you said, hey, if Shawnee ever had an opening, I would love to be there. But Are your kids excited? Are they nervous? Are they kind of both? I mean, I know it's a big move, and they're just they're just kids, and but it is a big deal. So I mean, what's their pulse like?
So I think you said it best. Probably a little bit of both. I
Yeah.
mean, they're excited for something different, but they're also nervous because they've gotten accustomed to, the school that they were at,
Sure.
and we're leaving a house that we'd lived 15 years in and
Yeah.
remodeled, and we're trying to sell it. By the way, if anyone's
Yeah.
moving to the Lot Duncan area, get a hold of Dad.
Yeah.
Be happy to show it to you. It's about 3,500 square feet,
There
big
you go.
barn.
I know it's a beautiful. I know it's a beautiful place. A hard place to give up.
Yeah,
You
sure.
put a lot of work into it.
Yes. So, but no, they are. I think it's a little bit of both. They're excited and they're nervous. But I think once school gets here, that nervousness will go away whenever they meet some other kids and they get involved with activities that they want to participate in, and it'll be great. And the other thing too that's helped with the transition is everybody that I've met, they've been so welcoming and so kind, and so that's really helped a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Well, last question for me, Coach. I kind of want to go back to your coaching a little bit, because I've heard a rumor that Coach McCune said you might have to show up down there in the wrestling room from time to time just to kind of show him your old school coaching methods, right? I got a little Shawnee wrestling on for Coach McCune today too. So every once in a while you might have to pop in there and show them boys how to roll around, huh, Coach?
Well, when and if time allows, yeah, I certainly wouldn't mind popping in there or throwing some BP or
Okay.
whatever it may be. But yes, if or when time allows, yeah, I certainly would like to jump in there.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Bobby, I can't tell you how excited I am to work alongside with you, and I know the district feels the same way, and we just look forward to welcoming you and your family and you being a big part of what Shawnee Public Schools is about, man. So welcome to Shawnee, welcome to Hardesties, and come back, man.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Sounds good. We'll be back with a closing with me and Daniel here at Hardesties Grocery, where the food is great and the people are even better.
On Benedict Street, Hardesty's Market and Deli is your go-to for all your local meat needs. It's also the perfect spot for lunch, offering your favorite local sandwiches, dips, sweets, and more. Support locals. Stop by Hardesty's Market and Deli today.
50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Dax, man, first of all, we're at Hardesties, where the food is great and the people are even better. And today's show is another evidence of that. First of all, this place is hopping. So many people coming in and going.
I know. I saw Coach Schaefer. I've seen so many people today just give them a little head nod. But well, of course, it's Hardesty Grocery. It's Wednesday. You got the potato soup and
Dax is here.
No, I'm not here. No, I think a lot of it had Coach Johnson and Bobby Cook here today, which were both big time additions to our staff and to Shawnee Public Schools. But it's just like you said, Hardesties is it's a community place. It's what we're about, and it's what your show's about, and what we are. And I'm just extremely excited to work alongside Bobby and Chad and really the rest of our staff.
Both of those guys impressive, and just the excitement in this area for new. I mean, talking to so many people that are here today, but just outside, there's been so many compliments. I want to hear from you, Dax. Most impressive. What is it that you heard today from Chad? Let's start with Chad. That impresses you the most. That you're like, man, that's the right guy.
Well, I knew 3 months ago when I started recruiting him, I could sit here and
That's
talk.
a Dax comment right there.
I could talk about Chad all day, but I think something today that he hit on today was he was talking about, making a difference in the kids' lives. Coming from a college level where you're around them all the time, and at the end of the day, basketball is going to end, and at some point they're going to be a dad, a husband. They're going to have a job, and being able to give those life lessons to kids. I think that's what impressed me most about Chad, and he's always sees the big picture, just the way he is, and I mean, he's just so comforting to talk to, and we're a little bit older, but he's just 32 years old, and so he's just so much wiser beyond his years, and his experience at the college level, and just the way he talks about our kids. And I'll just tell you, I get a lot of calls from parents, good or bad. We've had a lot of positive calls and texts about Chad, just saying, man, my kids just they really feel welcome with Chad and feel like he really cares about them.
Well, and I echo that just around the community. Today's the first day that I got to meet Chad. And felt like I already knew him,
Yeah.
and he was as presented.
Yeah.
Now, what about Mr. Cook? You know, I just want to say, I am so happy that his wife's coming along with him, with her career background and the way in which she can help build the programs that we can put into place to help with, you know, our workforce development within our community and to enliven kids' lives with hope for workforce. That excites me a lot. So I give a shout out to
Tara,
Bobby
yeah.
and to Tara,
Yeah.
his wife. I'm excited about that. But from this show, what about you today?
Yeah, I mean, Bobby's like the rest of us. He married up. I mean, it's no secret.
Definitely I did.
I did too, Amber. Hey, shout out to Amber. But no, you can just tell being around Tara, like her leadership qualities and just she cares about kids. I've only been around her a couple of times, but when we talk, I mean, you can just tell, like, I feel like I've known her for a long time. Obviously, Bobby, you know, we have a connection through our coaching background a little bit, but I think what he said today is something that really excites me is just when the kids leave here, he wants them to be just great citizens. He wants them to come into the high school and it feel like a family atmosphere. And I said it a couple times with him, like I'm in this community every day, and I'm probably as touched in this community as anybody. And Kayla Strayhorn, talking about great players, Cole Strayhorn and Pat Presley. Oh yeah, oh, and Pat's mom. Hey, two great Shawnee players.
Yeah.
But I wanna work alongside Bobby. I'm so excited just to lock arms and be able to just like, hey, these are our kids, whether they're in athletics activities, obviously it all starts in the classroom, but we want to build these kids up. And you give a kid confidence, it's amazing. It's amazing what can be accomplished by these kids. So I'm just, both of them, I mean, they talked about the big picture, Chad and Bobby. They're here for the kids. They're here for the right reasons. And I think, you know, going on year 4, I guess, for us, for Julia and myself, you know, I think this is going to be our best year yet. I take the wins and losses away. I'm all about the people and the atmosphere and the culture we're bringing. And, you know, 3 years ago when I got here, I knew we had a lot of work to do. And we're not there yet, but we sure made a hell of a lot of strides, and I'm very proud of our work.
Well, and that's what's been happening. Show up and go to work. And that's what our kids have been doing.
Yep.
You know, we're instilling new things. We're instilling old things. We're taking away some things and adding a little bit of salt and sugar in there.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, it's great. And I think you hit it on the head. I mean, what Coach Dub's done with that Summer Pride.
Yes.
And you said it, because you walk in there and you see 300 different athletes in there conversing and talking to people. And I'll tell you, my daughter Peyton, she might be embarrassed. I don't know if she's ever watched the show, but she looks up to Karma.
Okay.
She Karma talked to me today.
Yeah.
You know, Peyton's an
Yeah.
8th grader, but
Yeah.
Karma took the time to go over there and talk to her. And I mean, kids like Karma, who are just the best kids in the classroom and in the hallways.
Yeah.
She has no idea how much my daughter looks up to her,
Right.
or vice versa. And
Right.
you see these kids in there. My nephew Sawyer, he's in there, 8th grader. He sees Kendall and he sees Tal and he sees these guys, and they talk to him, they treat him well. So I think it's just so cool, and our brand is growing. And you know, when I first got here again 3 years ago, I don't want to say it wasn't.
You don't have to. We don't have to go there. Come on, Dax.
Well, I was going to say, but I want to say it was not as we
were coming off an 0-12 football
well,
season. 0-10.
there were some challenges as far as in the community and raising money and stuff like that. And now people see me coming, they're like, dang, he's going to ask me for some money. But what we've done and the progress we've made and what we've done for our kids, I think people are willing to support what we're doing. And maybe 3 years ago, there might have been a couple like, I don't know. But the proof's in the pudding. You see what we're doing. You see the beautiful facilities we built. You see our enrollment going up. You see the athletes coming in, the hiring of Coach Dub, all of our new coaches we've hired, and our coaches who have been here, Coach Wells, Coach McHugh, Coach Jordan. We've had some staples in this program. But,
Stapleton.
Yep, Jalen. I could go on, but Licklider and Hunter.
Let's not leave anybody out. We can't.
Yeah, I can, but I just tell
Hunter's
you,
new.
I'm so proud of what we've done.
Yeah.
I mean, I really am, and the kids are easy to talk about, and I look forward to continuing to build this thing up. And you've been a big partner in this thing, and we've kind of been working together, and I'm proud of it, man.
Well, you've done an excellent job, and we just want you guys to get out and enjoy the atmosphere that's happening around Shawnee Athletics. If you can't go, tune in, comment. We'll bring you the games this year. We have over 50 scheduled for the year. We're going to have 20 to 25 in the fall season. Should be a lot of fun. Tune in and give us shout outs, and we want to hear from you, of course. But even better, take a stop into one of the best community places in our town, and that would be Hardesty's Meat and Deli. Can't say enough about these guys, Scotty and Grady
they're
and
awesome.
crew.
Yeah, Dane, all of them. Just it's like you're walking in at home, man.
Yeah.
Like it's a family atmosphere, and I spend way too much money in here. Amber's always like, "You go to Hardesty again?" I said, "You dang right." So I love what they've done. I love what they're about.
Well, Dax, thanks again.
Yeah,
man,
appreciate
always.
you
This
too,
is
man.
a lot of
Yeah.
fun, and we bring it to you from Hardesty's, where the food is great.
And the people are even better.